Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about Legend of the Overfiend. That's right, people, we're talking about hentai. And I wouldn't really consider this a hentai, but technically it's classified as one. I would personally consider this to be a sci-fi horror movie, kind of like the ones that came out in the mid-80s to mid-90s in the States over here, the ones that I really loved growing up. They're really trashy, terrible acting. Of course, they have nudity and sex involved too, just because that's what's involved with these type of movies, and I like the same thing with anime movies too. It's a big guilty pleasure of mine, and the same thing goes for Legend of the Overfiend, and I probably like this even more than any of the horror movies that I can think of that I watched. But the reason why I enjoy this movie so much is that, well, technically, it's a 3-episode OVA. Each episode is about 45 minutes apiece, 2.5 hours total, but it is non-stop action, and the art is beautiful. This is probably the most detailed hentai, since it's technically classified as one, that you will ever see. There's so much detail here, and it's so dark and gritty, looking at these backgrounds where the monsters are just so grotesque, and people's eyeballs are popping out. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on here. There really isn't much of a plot though, but to be honest, is it really necessary? The basic plot is every few hundred years a Chojin is born. You're gonna hear that term a lot within this movie, the Chojin, and what he's supposed to do. He's basically supposed to fuck everybody out there and bring peace to the 3 realms, the human realm and then 2 of the demon realms. He's supposed to bring them together and create peace forever, and everybody just gets killed. It's a really crazy movie here, but like I said, it's not supposed to have a really good story here. It's just non-stop action. The craziest things are happening. I remember watching this with some friends last week. We were all having a blast with this. I had seen it plenty of times before. None of them had seen it. Everybody, except for I think one person, really enjoyed it, and I think that this is something that anybody would enjoy. If you're a fan of blood and gore and these monster flicks like that, definitely check it out. But like I said with the American movies, that it had the terrible acting back then, and this is the same thing with the voice acting. I think that the voice acting that we see here is perfect for the type of movie that we're watching. It's so cheesy, and it's so bad that it's actually good. I couldn't think of a better voice actor for anybody here. I think everything was cast perfectly, just because it's so bad.
I may not be human, but at least I'm not a fucking monster like you.
And what's so funny about this is technically it's classified as a hentai, and it's just filled with so much blood and guts and gore and monsters, but it's animated much better than a lot of other anime or anime movies for its time. It is beautiful. You should definitely check this one out. As far as the overall rating, like I said, there really isn't a whole lot that I could say about this aside from its overall recommendation and its basis. It's definitely a popcorn flick, something you watch with your friends. Maybe if you want to watch hentai with your friends, I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of weird, but I'd probably give the story of this a 1 out of 10, because there is literally nothing. The characters here are also a 1 out of 10, but where this movie excels is going to be its art style. And the voice acting too is technically bad, so I can't really give it a good score for its voice acting. I'd probably give the voice acting a 3, just off the top of my head here, because I'm not going to put that much thought into a blood and guts hentai like this, but the star of the show is its animation. So I guess my overall score for Legend of the Overfiend would be about a 4, but my level of enjoyment would easily be a 9.5. I really love this movie. I've seen it probably 5, 6, 7 times by now. It's a lot of fun. It never gets old for me, and it's definitely a guilty pleasure of mine.
Nagumo, tell me it was just a bad dream. Tell me Miss Togami wasn't a monster, that she didn't rape me. Oh, please. Tell me nothing happened.
It's okay, Akemi. No, nothing happened. It was all just a bad dream.
Let me know in the comments section below if you've seen Legend of the Overfiend and what you thought about it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all your support with the likes and comments, and I'll see you next time.